Hi, I'm Hannah.
I'm Lee.
I'm Maddie.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Kayla. And we're the Golden Girls. No. We're here with Lauren Geiger today, and I'm just going to let you tell, you tell what you do, because there's such a long list of all the things that you have accomplished thus far. So.
Okay. So I'm Lauren Geiger. So I own Bluegrass Builders and Remodeling. We do new construction. We do home additions and interior remodeling projects. I also own all-around roofing, so we do any type of roof repair, roof replacement. We do siding, gutters, windows, and then I also own Lauren's Properties. So we do a lot of flips and a lot of rentals as well. Just kind of got that started about a year ago, so we're on property number 6 at the moment. So we're getting those working, and that's it. That's all I do, guys.
That's 3 businesses.
That's it.
That's
Just
it.
3 businesses. It's
That's my
fine.
life. Yeah.
And how old are you?
I just turned 30 in April.
3 businesses
Are
at
you
the age
supposed to
of
ask
30
people
people.
that?
I just got
No,
my first gray
but
hair.
you had to.
I got my first gray hair the other day, everyone. Just so you all know, it's probably a freaking
She also just got your hair done though, right?
I did. I just got my hair done.
Lordy, it's hot
Thank God.
over here.
Thank God.
And who did your hair? I just have to ask.
So this is from Michelle at Privé over on
Shameless
Richmond
plug.
Road. So yeah, get it done. Yeah.
She did a good job.
She did a great job.
She did. She's awesome. And the eyebrows too. Just if everybody's taking a look. So, anyway, yeah.
I think I just actually took half mine off with that. Back to what you said about Lauren's Properties. I'm friends with Lauren on Facebook, and so there was something that I wanted to share that's just like a testimony to the heart that she has, is that she does her rental properties in a way that I think she would personally want to live in them. And so somebody had actually commented on that and said, like, this house is way too nice to rent, why don't you sell it? And Lauren said it's because she believes that everyone deserves to have a nice place to live that feels like home. And so I just thought that was really sweet, and that's a priority that's on her mind, because sometimes landlords are
Landlords. Yeah.
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 I feel like you're a land steward. You're like way nicer.
Yeah. No, I mean, just going back to that, like I do. I want my properties to be nice, something I'm proud of. I know that tenants can sometimes tear stuff up, but I think that if you give them something that they love and that they're happy to call home, then you're less likely to have those issues. So
Yeah.
that's kind of
More likely to take care of it.
Yeah.
They have that
Absolutely.
sense of pride living there.
Yeah. So
And I firmly believe if you treat people with respect, then they return that in favor
Yeah.
most of the time.
yeah. Yeah, most of the time. I mean, there's always going to be people that don't, right? But
there's always
for
a
the most
tangent.
part, like, do right by others, and hopefully that they'll do right to you. So.
I had to call my landlord the other day.
Oh goodness.
I said, hello. I was watching this YouTube video about how to hang up this bourbon barrel lid, and then I didn't have an anchor, and I didn't think I needed an anchor, so I was gonna wing it, and now there's a hole in my wall.
Yeah.
So I'm a good tenant, and I called, and I said, I don't know, like a tornado came through here. I don't know what happened. Yeah.
Natural disaster.
The construction side of me is like, why would you do that?
I don't know. HGTV
DIY.
makes it look so easy.
HGTV is running.
Actually, if you would like another opportunity to roast me, I wanted to do a shiplap wall for my office, and I was trying to do it with command strips.
Oh my god. I did see that though. A for effort. It looks great.
I was like literally like trying to bang these command strips into the wall, and I was like, I think I can.
Maybe liquid nails next time.
There you go.
Finished
That might
product,
be
I have
helpful.
to attest. It's very, very nice
It looks
now.
great.
Oh, I got bailed out.
It looks great. It looks great.
Anna,
I mean,
shameless shout out to Anna Pitcock. She called me and she said, she was like, what's on your wall? And
What's
I was
on
like,
your
you
wall?
know,
You live like
4
this.
hours of hard work. And so she was like, well, I'm just going to come by and see it. I'm excited. And she came by and she goes, no.
It's not
ripped
gonna
all
be-
that down and started
She didn't
over.
even have to rip it down. She literally goes and like basically flicks it, and the whole wall it just was like blah, 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 blah.
collapsed.
And I was like, that was 4 hours.
Thank you, Anna.
So I think, and correct me if I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure you're our first guest that has owned multiple businesses. So out of that, would you say there's one that you would say is like harder to tackle, or was harder to start, or was more of a like?
That sigh.
Yeah,
I know.
that's a
Kind of
good
a hard
question.
but-
The construction business is
Yeah.
definitely the hard one.
Yeah.
There's just so many variables with it, and where I'm a GC, I mean, we do so much stuff. So from, tile to outdoor additions, there's just so many things, whereas like the roofing is shingles, gutters, windows, right? And then like the GC part goes to so many other things. So it was definitely that. And I will say that is the business that grew the fastest, the quickest.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to keep up with. I mean, like one day I'm by myself doing all this work, and the next thing I know, I've got like 3 people working for me. So it just grew so fast. So that was definitely the hardest. And there's so many learning curves with it too. Like so many things that if I had to redo that again, I would have done it differently, or maybe made my life easier by doing it a certain way. So that one was definitely, it still is the hardest
The
for me.
toughest one to kind of like tackle. Yeah.
I will say again, it's just like I'm a big fan of Lauren. It also shows how impressive you are that you were able to grow, because everyone, their mother, their brother, and their second cousin removed is a general contractor in the state of Kentucky.
In some
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
Or thinks they are
I'm a
more
Tyler,
so.
like all this stuff. So the fact that you're able to grow and obviously like kick
Yeah.
that competition.
Well, and what I'm curious about, so like let's talk about the elephant in the room. You are a female
Yes,
general contractor.
yes.
Like,
Yes.
so I mean, you are the only female general contractor that I know. I love your work.
Yeah.
John, please, for love of God, follow her Facebook page, because everything that you do is what I want. So okay, first of all, like, how did you overcome like coming into this business where you are clearly the minority?
in it.
That's a good question. So I've always, I don't know, I guess I've been in this field for so long, and I've always been the female in the field who loves doing the things that mostly men typically do. So like with that being said, I guess I'm used to that part, but I didn't realize owning the business would fall back into so many, there's so many advantages and disadvantages. And I actually have a new blog that I just started, and this is actually one of the articles that are coming up in it.
Yep. Plug. So now we're up to 4.
I had a blog come out today that talks about like being an entrepreneur and things like that, so you guys should go check it out. But anyways, yes, so there's so many advantages and disadvantages. There's a lot of times where people seem to trust women more, so it helps like to build that relationship and kind of get those clients. But then there's also still a clientele that is like, you're a female, you can't do what the men can do. But yeah, there's still like the clientele out there who is like, you can't do this, you're a woman, you're in this field, you're young, blah, blah, blah. And like those, I never get those jobs. So it's weird to see it like that, because honestly, when I started, I was like, oh, this is gonna be, great. Like everybody's gonna say, oh, she's a woman, she's, women got our shit together, okay? Like we're organized. Like we have our shit together, we're organized. We know how to communicate. Like we have a lot better leg to stand on than men. So I use it to my advantage. So anyways.
One thing I want to ask you about on Facebook, I love that you share your vision boards.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So tell us about your process with your visualization and manifestation and testimony to how that actually does work, because you've brought it to fruition. Everything that was on your vision board came to life. So can you share with that just a little bit?
So shout out to Dana Gentry. I don't know if you guys know her, but
Dana.
she is the one who has, I get her emails all the time, and I saw one with her vision board, and she's like, girl, you got to fill this out. This was probably 2 years ago. And I did it. I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this. And I loved it. And so ever since then, it's just been like, I keep it on my office. It's my background on my laptop, like sometimes my phone. And I just like to go look at it and say, okay, like I've check marked this. But it's so much easier when you have that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds so weird and like cliche.
I could see her doing that though. Dana is one of those people that is like that. She's very
Yes.
visualized.
Wait, why is it cliche to envision
Well,
your
no,
dreams?
it's not cliche, but it just like, to say, oh, if you put it on paper, you're more than likely to do it. But
Yeah.
it's so true. It's so true.
I think it's people don't realize that it has that much power.
Yeah.
Like there's no way that works, but it actually
It does.
It does.
I think it's because you put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I feel like it goes to the thing of like you speak things into existence. If you sit there and you tell yourself you're doing a bad job, I mean, by the end of the day, you're gonna have a terrible day. If you sit there and you encourage
Are you in
yourself,
my
you have
head?
these. I got you. But you know what I mean? Like it goes back to the positive. Like if you sit there and you have a goal and you have a board that's literally sitting in front of you, you're like, okay, what's holding me back from making these reality?
Yeah. I mean, and every business has a plan. So like whether it's a yearly plan, I try to break mine down into the day. So like if I want to sell $1 million in 12 months, how much do I have to sell each day to make that goal? And so
Make
it's
it
kind of
attainable.
the same way with that vision board.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if I want 3 rentals, how many do I need to buy and within how many months in order to make that happen within 12 months?
Yeah.
So
Break it down
I
into
just,
smaller parts.
Yeah, so it's really helpful in that sense too. So
Can I ask the famous question?
Oh my God.
Go for it.
I'm nervous. I'm really nervous.
It's all editable, okay?
No.
It's rated R.
Oh, good.
Oh,
It's not.
It's getting late on a Thursday.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to call it.
go.
Podcast after
Might need
dark.
that wine now.
I had a whole shot. No, I'm just kidding. It's my favorite question to ask just because, like, I'm fascinated by it, even though I shouldn't be.
Okay.
You're an entrepreneur. Do you believe that you were born with it, or did you grow into it?
I think it's Maybelline.
I've been waiting for someone to say that.
Okay, maybe nobody got that.
Maybelline is my
my
mascara,
God.
actually. Not to shameless plug.
Not to plug.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like my personality.
Wrong answer. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry, we're gonna have to cut this whole episode.
I feel like my personality has always been driven. Like, even, I mean,
We thought you were a little dry. No,
just a little bit. But,
I'm done. Somebody take
I
my
mean,
spot.
yeah, you're done. She's got allergies. She's sneezing. We're finished.
I spit on the last guest. Sorry, Jessica.
Right.
Quite
She's got a
literally.
drink now. She's fine.
Maddie's fired.
Yeah, Maddie's done. I don't know. I've worked since I was 15 years old, and I just always feel like I've had that drive to, okay, like if I work hard, then they're gonna give me a raise, or like I'm gonna move up and whatever else. And a lot of people that don't have that mindset are more the people who are just living like day to day. But
They're the workers, and then
Yeah,
you have the
like-
entrepreneurs.
right.
You know.
Nothing wrong with either.
No,
there's nothing wrong with
by
either
any
at all.
means.
But like you have to have like a certain fight in you every day
Yes.
to know that like if you wake up and bust your ass all day long, you may not get paid.
No.
Like there's no guarantee at all.
Yeah.
And that's like the hardest part is like a lot of people need structure. Like they need someone to tell them, hey, you got to be at work at 8 o'clock in the morning. You got to do this. Like I don't have anyone telling me what time I have to be awake.
No.
But like I know for my business, I've never got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 until I worked for myself.
Yeah.
Like,
You put
but-
more work in. What is it? I've been seeing on TikTok, and they're like, I quit my 9 to 5 so I could work 24/7.
24/7.
I think it's because your name's on it.
Yeah,
Yes.
well,
Yeah.
and you know that you're building something for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's your name on the line. It's
Yeah.
not, X, Y, and Z company. Like, it kind of gives you that, like, push. Like, if I don't do it, then who the hell's going to?
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
But when it's in your passion, your line of passion, it doesn't feel like work either.
No.
It
Yeah.
really doesn't. Like I could seriously work.
it's more of like
Yeah.
it's there to be done. So,
Yeah.
like, it's time to do it,
It like adds to your cup almost,
Yeah.
rather than take away. So
Yeah.
My old agent has called me and been like, I didn't know that you could sell like that. What the hell happened?
See?
And I was like, I don't know how to tell you. It was your name. I didn't care. Like,
You're by yourself, right?
I was like, it's my name and it matters.
You're
the
working
skin
for
in the
yourself,
game.
right?
Oh, he's so
That's
mad. He's so
what they
mad.
say. Yeah,
Yeah.
like because you have your skin in the game, like your name's
Yeah.
behind it, like. In any of our businesses, like referrals matter and your name matters.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you tarnish that, you tarnish what you're living for. You know.
And in the words of Ronnie Barn,
Oh God, what does he say?
Oh my.
your network is your net
Network.
worth.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. I was just talking to him on like not even 10 minutes ago.
That's a lie.
Okay, well before this started.
I'm done talking.
But anyways, did I answer the question? I think I did. I think I
You
answered the
did,
question.
yeah.
I don't know.
we followed the rabbit
Yeah.
down the rabbit
But
hole.
yeah,
So-
you just gotta have the drive to get up. Any entrepreneur that sleeps till 11 o'clock every single day, they're not gonna make it. They're just not. You gotta be willing to work the
11
16-hour
o'clock.
days, and people know
Half
this.
your day's
Like whether
over.
or not you think that they do, people know that you're out there hustling and trying to.
Could
trying
you
to make it
imagine
happen.
getting to sleep till 11 o'clock?
God, I could not.
I physically could not.
I don't think
know
my
if I
body
could.
would let
Yeah.
me.
Does it ever make you mad that you know that people are watching you hustle, but they won't give you a chance? Because I'm gonna tell you, it makes me just want to. I'm like, I know you see me. Come on, Stacy.
Yeah, it might be,
Say yes.
It might be a little different in your business, but like for me, what drives me the most insane is like putting my heart and soul into like what I'm doing, and there being so much stuff on the back end, like you know, right? So all of the work that goes in on the backside, like the office work and all the things, and then like you see like a final product and like the person loves it, but you don't get like enough appreciation for it. You know what I'm saying? And you're just
Yeah.
like, I just worked my ass
Yeah.
off for like 6 months. And, like,
I
this
want
is
you to
not
cry.
easy, right? Like this is not
Kicks
easy.
him in the knee.
Mona Lisa.
I don't want like people to get down on their knees and be like, oh God, this is wonderful. But
I would be like, you
but,
have
like,
something on your neck.
Oh my gosh, it's just like during like all these like material issues that I'm having and scheduling issues, and I'm just like, nobody understands like when one thing comes in wrong or like delayed. It takes me like 45 minutes to remove,
To
like
redo
move
it.
my schedule
You
around.
just see Lauren
Yes.
like ripping things out of the wall. You're like, if you don't love it, you don't get it.
They did say that at BIA, that if you have something that needs 2 parts and one part takes a month and one part takes 6 months, your project just sits there. And
Yes,
that's it. Like,
you can't do anything. Yeah.
And, but like all the client sees is like, oh, your person is 45 minutes late to my job, or like, oh,
Yep.
you didn't tell me that you were going to be here in the afternoon, not, you know, like
Yeah.
whatever. So communication gets extremely important right now. But yes, I just want a little bit of like, I know we're going through tough times. I know we're having material issues. Thank you so much. Like, that's all I want.
want to thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
But-
you, Lauren. Yes, thanks, Lauren.
thank you.
You're welcome. She's awesome.
I know I didn't remodel your bathroom.
We'll promote you more.
Look, if I ever remodel my bathroom, yeah,
You could fix that hole in the wall. Please.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's pretty big. I don't know what happened.
Oh my God. You should get one of those plate covers. You know that you see like that go over behind doors, like when you hit.
Oh yeah.
there
You
you
just do
go.
that for right
I put this.
great idea.
I put a sign over it.
Yeah, just put a picture.
Well, I can't
Picture of
lie.
it.
I've had she knows my brother, but we used to do that when there was like holes in the wall. We would just put like plate covers
Yes.
over it, and it
Or
would
like
just
a
look like a
panel
light
box, make it
switch.
look like a goat or
Yeah,
something
sometimes he
cool,
would put
yeah.
like birthday cards, and we decided that wasn't like a permanent fix.
No, I mean I already called him and he
Oh,
came
okay.
in and he was like, "That's not ideal."
That's not ideal.
Ed, I'm so glad you came in today.
Oh my God, that's not ideal.
I love you, Ed.
Well, I'm curious. So you recently posted about this bathroom that you did, and like I've sent it to everyone I know, and I'm like, oh my God, I love this so much. Well, because like so you
It's
walk
beautiful.
in, like you walk into like the shower, but there's also the bathtub in there, and I'm like, what? That's so cool. So anyway, do you come up with your own designs, or like do you go off whatever the consumer wants, or is it a mix of both?
So typically I talk to the client, but a lot of times customers have a problem like visualizing their space, which I tend to be pretty good at for the most part. So I kind of just say, oh, what if we did this here? What if we did that? Like we can knock this wall out and do this, blah, 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 all the things. So at that point, I typically get like an engineer involved if there's any type of load-bearing walls that we need to discuss. But then my architect kind of draws the plans that I like set in
Visualize
motion.
it, yeah.
And then they kind of just meet us on site and we all kind of have like that design meeting.
You can't just take walls out.
Well, you
You
want your
can,
house to fall down.
I was like, you know what? This is messing up with my feng shui. Bop!
I just need
Not deal with
right
that
in the
structural
middle.
wall.
I'm at peace.
There goes your ridge beam.
So, what is the legacy that you want to leave?
Like as far as items or as far as like a,
Take it how you wish.
okay.
What shower do you want us to know?
Yeah.
So I guess for me, especially with like rentals and things like that, I just want people to appreciate, and like if I ever have kids one day, you know, for them to say, oh my gosh, like, you know, my mom did this or what have you. But, you know, even have somebody come and look back and, you know, walk into someone's bathroom or whatever on Christmas or their kitchen and say, oh my God, this is beautiful, and make them want to do that. Like say, God, I need to go home and like reevaluate my whole life, right? Like I do this like every day. Every time like a client has like an item picked out, I'm like, Drew, we have got to redo our kitchen again. Like we, you know, like he's like, once a week we're gonna have to redo our kitchen because of all the new things that I see. But no, just like having people see those spaces and just, you know, just be like, oh my God, like this is truly amazing. Like it's a space I want to hang out in. It kind of goes back to the rentals. Like this is a space I want to live. This is where I want like my kids to live, and like and just, I don't know, just leaving that behind, and just I did something different. I don't know. I just always want to like stand out versus, you know, being like the typical like cookie cutter. Or, like, you know, whatever. I want to do something cool, but yet affordable and different.
You're already doing that for the record. Don't
Yeah.
stop.
Well,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
Don't
But
keep going.
that's what I want to.
You're doing it.
It's a legacy you
thank
want to
you.
leave.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it.
Just
Yeah.
want to be different. So, yeah.
Nice. I do too. Big fan. So if you could go back and talk to your child, like yourself as a child, what would be the wisdom that like you passed on?
So basically, if I had to do things over again, what would I not
One
do?
piece of advice, and you were like, "This is the golden piece that needs to be."
I mean, it sounds so weird, but everything I've done in my life has got me to where I am right now.
Yeah.
And so I don't truly know that there's anything I would take away. I would probably should have partied a little bit less in college. It wouldn't have taken me like 6 years to get an associate degree if I did. I know that's embarrassing. I don't even use my degree, so.
But it's life lessons built into it. I feel like there's got to be like something in there.
Beer
that, like,
pong.
You know,
I was great at
really
beer
think-
pong, okay? I mean.
Well, I didn't get to learn, so like,
you know, so what you missed out on, she did.
yeah.
I mean, I had to work my butt off in college, and like I was terrible at like studies because I was not like the person who knew things. I was a C average student. But I worked a lot. Like I had to put myself through college, pay for things, all that stuff. So I think that like helped too for me to you know grow and like know like, if I'm gonna do this, I've got to do it by myself. You know what I mean? So
You got all your partying out in college because now all you do is work. You don't have time.
And I do think that the
miss
people who
college.
fail the most are also the people who succeed the most. I'm just saying.
Failure's a big
If
part
that's
of
a lie,
succeeding.
that's fine. Marty used it to inspire me, but that's what she's telling me.
No, I feel like
that is
failing
great,
is like
yeah.
a big part of succeeding, though.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know how to fail, you definitely don't know how to succeed. You know, if you can't fail gracefully, you're not going to succeed gracefully by any means. You know.
Well, Jessica said it best, and it was, it's not failing, it's learning.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you look at failure as just a lesson, then I mean, it's always a win-win.
Yes.
So
Just look at this a little bit more skin on your cheeks. Just get back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely had some remodel projects that, like, I think if I look back at it now, like I was saying, like, there would be so many better ways that I would have
like, go
approached
about
it
it.
or done it, knowing, like, that experience. I mean, I lost money, lost, like, you know, obviously,
Sanity.
like, yeah, like,
But you'll
just
never
everything.
make that mistake again.
Right.
You know,
and I
that's
learned so
learning.
much from it. And that's what I was like, gosh, like, I learned a lot of lessons wrapped into this project. Like, I feel like I was kind of lucky to have learned.
I feel like that's the best way to learn, though.
Yeah,
Although you have to like take that setback and stuff. I know from like my business, when I make a mistake on my own, it's drilled in your head differently than like if you would have just asked somebody that question and then been answered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's
Absolutely.
definitely stuff in my path that I've been like, okay, that's there, never crossing that bridge again.
Have you ever done something and you've been like, ooh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That was me yesterday. I was like, oh, that's gonna bite me in the rear end later. On my way here, it bit.
Okay, maybe not that quick. It's never turned around that quick, but I'm like, this is maybe not
this
gonna
is
happen.
a very bad idea.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just gonna. But you know, like, if it wasn't me for taking that shot, like, who knows if it would have ever worked out for those people? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes
Right.
it's worth the risk of just doing it and like, okay, we're gonna try. Like, because if I don't try, then nobody else is gonna try for
Yeah.
you. So like,
Maddie,
you
risk
gotta
it for the
shoot
biscuit.
Yeah, risk it for the biscuit.
There you go.
Like,
There you go.
But seriously, this is my favorite thing that I've learned. You're always gonna be scared. Just do it scared.
Yeah.
Do it naive, do it dumb, do it stupid, do it like an idiot, whatever you want to say
Well,
it.
and,
Like, you need to know that there's courage and that you freaking did it.
Yes, and I'm sure she can even say this as well. Even those things that like I was nervous about and didn't know if it was going to go through or what was going to happen, everything still happened. And everybody was happy at the end. So
It
like there
ended
was
up
hiccups.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, lesson learned. Everybody knows now.
Yeah.
Like,
But I tell my
no
kids
for-
all the time, everything is figure outable. So even if
Yeah.
you mess up, it's okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like we quite literally started a podcast with a $29 microphone and phone stand, and
Here we
people
go.
started to give a crap.
Yeah, people loved it. So, you know, sometimes you just got to do it and just see what happens. Worst case, you fail.
Just
you know?
keep swimming.
Worst case, you learn.
Yeah, worst case is
case
you
you
learn.
learn.
There you go.
My favorite parenting thing that Kayla says is like, is this something that deserves a big emotion or a little emotion?
Is this a big problem or a little
I like
problem?
that. I like
But
that.
sometimes I call her and I'm like, the world is ending, and she's
Yes.
like, is this big or is this little? And I'm like, this is freaking big, Kayla.
I call them fire drills. Fire drills is what I say. I'm like, all right, you're going to have 10 fire drills today. Pick 3 that you need to stress over. And then
Yeah.
the other ones, it's okay. It's just part of the day. You know what I mean?
Solid advice.
So yeah, they're called fire drills in my world. But I love your
big
big
or
emotion, small emotion.
I call them naders. I'm like, I'm gonna let that one spin. I'm gonna go get this one.
I contain this one.
Sometimes I'm like, ooh, that's a spicy nader.
We're going to wait for that one. We're going to
bad.
let it wind down.
We're gonna let it go up to my district manager. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Mike.
We have plugged way too many people into this video.
Everybody pray for Mike.
No, seriously, whenever he calls me, I'm always like, so what did I do? Because it's never, how are you? Hey, how's your day?
Do we need to bring Mike onto the show?
Oh my gosh. If I could pick my dad, I'd pick my granddad. And then if I could have a backup, I'd pick Mike.
It'd be Mike? Okay. I feel like that's a compliment.
So,
That's so funny.
there's no one on earth that could deal with me like Mike.